Hello everyone, my name's Sutton and this is the GenX Analytics YouTube channel. Today we're going to be having a slightly different type of video. It's going to be an interview with a good friend of mine called Tondy. We sort of started in crypto at the same time and we've had very different experiences within the crypto space, and our own journeys have been quite different. It's a really good interview. I hope you enjoy it and I'll see you there.
Hello, everyone. This is Tonty reporting for duty.
Perfect. Yeah, so I suppose sort of want to get into a little bit of a background story,
hmm
just to see sort of where you were before you found crypto, and
Oh God.
yeah, go from there.
I mean, I was basically still a student,
Mm.
like doing school. I didn't really know what I wanted to do yet. It was kind of like programming, accounting, something like that. And then I
Yeah,
discovered crypto, and then I just said, you know what, this is what I want to do. Freedom. I want freedom. Just went all for it.
yeah, no, that's kind of a similar story to mine as well. I suppose is just trying to find another way rather than doing what sort of the basis of society is just to find your 9 to 5 and stay
Yep.
there.
I mean, the main reason is freedom.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Oh, that's good. That's good. So sort of your discovery up on crypto. Whereabouts did you even hear about crypto? Like, what was the first mention of maybe Bitcoin or
I mean,
just cryptocurrency in general?
it was in 2017, but I don't remember the specifics.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was in like November 17.
All right. Yeah. A very
It's the
similar time
euphoria
then.
stage. Yeah.
Was it L2 that was the first person you kind of saw, or
I think so.
yeah,
Honestly don't remember. I only remember L2, so probably.
yeah. So yeah, what was the sort of, I suppose once you'd sort of gotten into crypto and you'd I mean we joined the same community together with L2's Discord. At what point did you sort of feel like it could be something more than just sort of a side thing?
Um, I mean, I pretty much knew like I wanted to focus on that. Like I wanted to make this my goal, but I mean, obviously, I wasn't good at it at the beginning,
Hmm.
so it took a lot of time. And then when it finally worked, that was like last year, I think, when I finally found after 3 years. Then, I mean, I think I had it last year, but I actually didn't. And then, like, I tried again, and then, like, I started taking notes, making an agenda for all the trade and stuff, and then it worked.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's good. It's like crypto is one of them sort of spaces where you,
It's like you can get baited into very easy because of bull market things, right? Like in
yeah,
bull markets, everyone makes money, and then you're like, oh, I can do this pretty well. And
yeah,
then like the top hits, everything crashes, and
exactly. Yeah, when we're going through just watching, L2 and his live streams. That's when I first discovered crypto. Was just I thought, I'll just type it in on Twitch and see what comes up. And L2 was streaming at the time, and sort of watching him. I suppose this was during the bull market. I mean, Bitcoin at the time was around about $7,000, something like that.
yeah, he started in 2018.
Yeah, and just after that, it was just trying to find.
Yeah, just
Uh,
scalping on stream, trying
yeah,
to find
exactly. Yeah, just trying
strategies.
to find trades and stuff. But and I suppose a lot of them were winning because it was a bull market. So in the long term, things were
Yep,
starting to go up. So I thought, oh, like
that was
I barely know
pretty easy.
anything, but it's doing well for me. And then as soon as
Yeah,
the
I mean,
market
like
crashed, that was it.
shorting didn't even exist for alts back then on Binance.
Mm, yeah, yeah,
Like you would just buy dips and just sell higher,
yeah, exactly. I'll do the complete opposite. Buy the tops. Um,
True.
so yeah, in terms of like helping you out with your crypto journey, you just mentioned, um, I think you just mentioned Binance. Did you mention Binance there?
Yes.
Yeah, with sort of other apps as well, Binance included. What else kind of helps you discover crypto more? In terms of like what sort of applications did you use to sort of aid your journey?
I mean, the only this is gonna sound really weird, but the only good platform actually that helped me was MetaMask.
Hmm.
Like, because I mean, on exchanges, like you can like they make it so you touch leverage very easily, which is a bad thing because like more people lose money with leverage than make money.
Yeah, yeah,
So you kind of want to stay away from that. I
yeah.
mean, most money came from like Uniswap shitcoins.
Hmm. Yeah, but we're going to get into some of the maybe the losses a bit later on, because yeah, I mean leverage trading is a good example. When I'd go on BitMEX for example, and start messing around with leverage trading there, just with
Good old
eight
times.
eight dollars, $30 at a time, and you can very very quickly turn that into hundreds and thousands, or you can lose it in an instant.
99% lose.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, especially if you're using the 100x leveraging as well. So how long did it actually take for you to start making sort of a steady income within crypto?
Probably 3 years, right? Since I mean, I started in like end of 17, so and you have 18. It's 1, 19, 2, 2022, 3, 4, 4 years.
Yeah, yeah. And you'd say
Very
most of
much.
that was from sort of like scalping? Were you using
I
sort of trading
mean,
views to have a look
so
at coins and
it's I mean, like back when like I was last year was it? Wait, hold on, yeah, it was last year. I mean, I was basically shit at trading,
hmm,
decent at investing, but there was not like I just wanted to trade myself to good amounts. So then I started because I mean, with all the basic shit, right? Like all the basic DA stuff, you're not gonna make money. That's just the thing. Like,
yeah,
and
yeah,
then I started taking notes, recording my trades, reading more books about WD Gone, which actually helped a lot for me because that made my gave me a good strategy to play.
mm,
And I just traded that for a month until 100k.
yeah,
It was like from 10k to 100k,
right. No, that's good. And that was in the span of so you
around
said
one
you
or two
started with
months, I
10k.
think.
Did you start with 10k?
I mean, I had 5k, then I put that in Doge BTC at 14 cents, and then I sold for 2x, and then I said I'll just trade the rest.
Right. Oh,
Because I have like I was paper trading and I had a good like I had a good win rate with some strats and I was like, oh, I'll just keep using this strat only and only
yeah. Yeah.
like
I mean,
because
if
it's
it's
so
working,
refined and stuff, yeah.
yeah.
And then 200k, and then I said, oh, I can just invest this because like most of my money, I mean, the easiest money comes from investing in good alts.
Yeah. Yeah. What would you say is the process for you finding these good alts? Are you the type of person that would go through the website and the white paper, or
I
would
mean
you?
that's kind of a weird thing because I mean my first good alt was Axie Infinity,
Hmm,
and mostly that's because it's a first new concept.
yeah, yeah.
Because it
The
was the
whole sort of
first
play to
concept.
earn
Yeah, I
concept.
mean, like if you think about it, the same happened for Ethereum, but that wasn't back then. Like Ethereum moved so hard because it was the first concept.
Yeah, yeah,
Same with all the DeFi stuff that was first. I mean, Sushi also was because me and Yum Yum did that. Like Sushi was also a world's first DeFi
yeah, yeah. Getting into
because
that whole sort of
Uniswap coin
sector.
didn't exist back then. So it was Sushi, and then like Sushi Gigamoon twice. It's basically like you look if it's a is it the first concept? It's good or not? Like I mean, it's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah, yeah. It's crypto's one of them things where, like, when you first get into it, you'll hear about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and you'll hear of like a Ethereum as like a bit of an app store in a way, where there's so
Yeah,
many
yeah.
projects that are based off of that. But then
Like it's the same with Solana. Like did weird like Solana was not a first, but it moved so hard because of Alameda. So it's like it's not always that reason.
yeah, yeah. But you sort of delve a little bit deeper, past those coins, and then you start getting into the proper um, sort of established areas of crypto of DeFi, like you just mentioned, and the whole sort of
Yeah,
gaming space as
Matic
well.
too.
And then
Matic
it,
was the first L2 and that also.
yeah, yeah. What do you think about sort of the whole play to earn aspect of games? Because it sort of ties in with NFTs and everything as well. And from what I've heard, from articles and comments and stuff on social media, a lot of sort of gamers don't like the idea of this play to earn NFT type
I
of
mean,
arena, I suppose.
personally, like I think they don't like it because it's a new thing.
Mm,
and like they're scared of new things coming, because like most people that make money right now, I mean, the only people that make money are esports people,
Yeah.
which is like only 1% of all the gamers and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, like the play to earn thing, it's very hard because Axie first started with, like, Axie did it very well up until it kind of became a pyramid scheme. I mean, it's indirectly it was a pyramid because you bred Axies and then you sold them, but as
Mm.
soon as there's no more players, like everything collapses and just falls straight down. As like, you can see last week, like SLP went back to its all-time low even before listings on the centralized exchanges.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's something very hard to do, but I think it can be very well for the everyone.
Yeah. I mean, I think Axie tried to limit it, didn't they? With with the Axies only being breedable a certain amount of times, and it got more expensive every time you did breed them, but it still wasn't quite enough, was it? Because with the prices of AXS and SLP, you were able to
No,
profitably
yeah.
sell them
I mean,
at floor price,
it
multiple
was
times
like
over.
it was so fucked. They upgraded the breeding fees to 4x, and yesterday they nerfed the adventure rewards. Like they nerfed it
Mm.
with 50%. Like they nerfed it so hard. Like I don't think it's hard to revive it at this point.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
Well, it was kind of a staple, I suppose, for the whole play to earn aspect,
I
and
mean, I made good money from Axie, so I
yeah,
don't complain.
it's like yeah, and a lot of people would have made money from sort of the breeding aspect, and then
Yeah, I was a
even players
breeder.
from other countries as well would be able to actually
Like
just play the game and earn enough to sort of
like
live on as well.
in hindsight, there's always like, oh, I could have made more money. But like, if you keep thinking like that, it's just gonna kill you.
Yeah,
Fair.
definitely. Yeah, yeah. Hindsight is definitely one of the worst things that sort of comes with this whole trading journey, I suppose.
Like I just had a few Axies. Axies was popping up. I'll just breed this, sell them, breed, sell, easy money.
Yeah, yeah. I managed to jump in as well thanks to your call on that one.
Yeah, it was like, I mean, Axies worked first. There was not a lot of risk back then.
Mm.
You only couldn't use it because of it was there was no Ronin chain back then
Yeah,
because of gas fees.
yeah,
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 then Ronin chain was introduced, and then it was like Axis popping off.
yeah. You ended up getting it was like 100 free transactions, which was always nice. Much better than the gas fees you've got with
For
Ethereum.
sure.
What would you say sort of your biggest losses were during your journey? Like, was there anything in between your sort of starting stages up until your Axie Infinity trades? Do you think there was anything in
Okay.
between?
I mean, like, MD talked about this because I mean everyone knows about the big link short. I mean, I lost most of my money uh, trading Bitcoin and trying to short like tops based on Elliott waves.
Mm,
That was a bad rabbit hole. Like, because I mean, I was always like, I was usually right, but never at the right time. And all timing is also very important in trading.
yeah, yeah,
And if you don't get the timing right, then there's no point in taking the trade. So yeah, I
yeah,
lost most of my money shorting. And then I realized, like, why don't I just change this? Why don't I just, like, instead of shorting tops of wave 5, why don't I just buy the fourth wave? Buy the 618.
yeah,
Because if everything goes up, 618 has always have a bounce, even if it's a complacency bounce. If it just goes straight down, it will always have a bounce up. And
and
then I was
this,
like, yeah, I'll just do this because this is like 99% win rate
yeah.
in bull markets.
So just sort of buying the fourth wave and
Yep, but it
hoping
took
for
me
the
very
best.
long to realize that. It took
Yeah.
me like 3 years to realize that. So
And when you're talking about the fourth wave, you meaning Elliott waves,
yeah, LA
yeah,
waves
and
shit.
then the 618 being Fibonacci.
Yep.
Yeah, so just sort of combining them and sort of making your own sort of
I mean,
strategy.
yeah, that's one simple strategy.
Yeah, well, simple but effective.
Of course, you gotta refine it and like all that shit.
Yeah, yeah. That's the thing with sort of with trading like yourself. I've never really been able to get into that as much. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because it's such a big sort of space, and trying to nail some of these trades is it's quite rough, especially when you have losses alongside with it. It can sort of affect your emotions quite a lot, and lead to more and more sort of bad trades. So since when the crash happened, was it in early 2018? Is that right?
Sorry, I cut out for a little bit.
Oh, just saying
Uh,
when the market had sort of crashed in around, was it around 2018? The
I mean, yeah,
first big
like
dip.
Bitcoin topped in December 2017, and
Mm,
then Ethereum followed 1 or 2 months after. Then you had bear markets until March 2021, I
yeah.
think, or 2020. Yeah, 2021.
When it sort of comes to bear markets, do you change the well? You must do. Change the strategy from what you were previously doing.
I mean, obviously, when we're in a bear market, you can't like buy wave fours anymore because there is no bull market, so
Yeah,
we're no retracements.
yeah,
But what I did notice is that because in 2018 I was a big Theta fan for some reason, but I played it very badly. I fucked it up so hard. So that made me realize like that's one big example of that altcoins can still go up in bear markets. Like Theta is a big example of that because Theta was in 2018. It just did some pumps,
yeah.
and then last year, I think, or 2020, just kept going up forever.
Hmm. Yeah, but at least you kept in touch with, I suppose, the market, even though
Yeah, of
it's going
course.
down. You're still keeping on top of things because there's opportunities for new trades every single
I
day.
mean, I was doing a lot in 2018 when L2 was still here, but like when L2 disappeared, it was kind of like I don't know, had no more motivation anymore. So I just focused on work,
Yeah, yeah. I suppose
just
yeah, that was
focused
one
on
of the biggest
working.
things for me as well. I mean, you'll know that I'd just disappeared once the stream stopped. I'd basically kind of lost interest in a way.
Yeah,
Still
same.
holding everything, which is why
And
I
then
think I
we,
buried my head in the sand.
and then when we were at 4K, it was like, damn, Marx is going. Started getting attracted to market again because Bitcoin was so low.
Yeah, yeah. That
And
was
then I
it.
was
Yeah.
like, yeah, let me just try doing this full time. Like, why not?
Oh,
You
so
know,
was the decision
yeah.
for you to
And
do
then
that around that level?
I mean, it was around that level because I was like, I mean, yeah, data. Like, look how much data went up. Like, if you can just find this, like you only have to find one good coin like data, just invest in it and just hold it.
Yeah,
We had the same example on Matic, but I sold Matic too early.
yeah, and yeah, Matic's done crazy. It's yeah, it's definitely up there, isn't it? That one
For sure.
compared to others.
BNB also.
Yeah, yeah. I'm surprised
It's
there's
it's
no
it's
other
like
exchanges that are up there as well. It just
it's
seems,
like when you find a good alt, like you will always sell too early if you sell.
yeah,
That's one of the big things I learned by selling too early, which actually helped me a lot because most of my money came from the Loot project. Probably a
yes,
lot of people heard from. I mean, the Loot project reminded me because it was the first concept, right? It was the first of everything, so I minted a lot from that.
yeah,
Also, the owner itself did not have any fees from trading on the OpenSea. Plus, it was the first concept, so the only way the owner could make money is if he like pumped it on Twitter or like put his own volume into it
mm,
and minted a lot of his own bags. So I was like, I'll just go ham on this, and then it started gaining traction, and I was like, few rules. The 3-day rule. You always wait 3 days when it's getting traction. Well, except for altcoins, because altcoins can be a little bit different. But yeah, I waited at least 3 days with Loot Project, and then I started selling some, and I made a shitload of that. But I also made some mistakes because there's a Divine Rope cult,
mm.
which I sold mine way too early. I missed out on 100K there, a few 100Ks on Divine Rope.
Yeah. We'll jump into this actually. Now we're on the sort of the conversation. We spoke about the biggest losses that you've had with the link shorts and
Yeah,
just during
don't
the bear
don't
market,
short
and also spoke about leverage. But I'm interested to know sort of the biggest winners that you've had because from starting from your
altcoins.
5K to then hitting 10K with Dodge, and then
Like
getting into NFTs as well.
I was putting everything on notes. Like, okay, where do I lose money? Where do I make money? Where do I lose money? Bitcoin, shorting, leverage trades. Where do I make money? Altcoins. There's like just buy altcoins. Hold on. There was Theta, which I fucked up, so I learned from that. Sushi, which I did pretty well, but I could have done a lot better. And then some BNB, which also went Matic. I also had Matic too early.
Yeah.
There's probably a few others that I'm missing. Yeah, like I got a lot of experience from that. And then I put it all in the Loot project, and then I just popped off.
Yeah.
Also, like last month when SOS was around, I did a 10x from there because it was also like a first concept. Back when the DAOs, it was before all the DAOs went up. Because it was one of the first DAOs and it was an OpenSea fee, so everyone would claim their free shit.
Oh,
And
so
then
yeah, so
10x,
SOS was
10x.
an airdrop for people using OpenSea, and the more volume
Yeah, it was
that
an official
your account had on OpenSea, you'd get more SOS. Is that right?
Yeah, but yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like for example, there, like the 3-day rule doesn't really count because it's like a liquid old scam coin.
Yeah, yeah. So you sort of
Yeah,
gone from, I suppose, how did you discover Loot Project in the first place?
in the Discord, in the Red XBT Discord, it
Yeah,
was so fun. Like, I mean, like a lot of people had a lot of bags,
yeah,
but most of like the, I mean, there's not to brag or anything. I played it the best from everyone.
mm,
Like, I mean, we all made a lot of money from that. But like two other people still have their divine ropes, but they have super rare ones, so they didn't sell it. And then like an unsold asset is unrealized is not equal to money.
mm. I suppose what one thing that we should sort of clarify is what Loot Project actually is. It started off as, I think it had been on a couple of news articles as well. It was basically an NFT, and on the NFT it was a black background with white writing, and it just had different names of different items. That was sort of the basis
Yeah.
of the project, and the project was free to mint, right? It was
Yes, it
it
was
was
free
free. You
to
just had
mint.
to
You
pay
only had to
the
pay
gas fees.
gas fees.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like people had this idea of like Day of Civilizations type, Dungeons and Dragons. You can do anything with it,
Yeah. So
and
it's
that's what made
basically a
people
foundation.
buy it. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kicking myself at that because I've also been in the Red Discord, and
And
it's just one of them servers that I joined and then sort of forgot about it, and then when you
yeah,
started
there's
talking
only
about Loot
like
Projects,
once in a lifetime opportunities
yeah,
like these that come around too.
yeah, I was a
Um,
bit too late for that one.
yeah, I mean, like, and then like the owner said like, oh, there's too few bags, 8,000 bags around left. Then he made more loot, which is 1,000,000 bags, and I was like, okay, he's increasing the supply tenfold. I'm selling all my bags,
Mm.
and luckily, like, not everyone had, luckily loot didn't crash that hard,
Yeah, I mean, I bought the
and
one
it
with more
still bled
supply.
down. Yeah.
I ended up buying the more loot, and I'm still holding that one to this day.
Oh, I also still have a lot of more loot.
Yeah,
Because I mean, when projects start like actually making games, they're gonna use more loot because no game runs on 8,000 players.
yeah, that's true. I suppose yes. There's no point in me selling it anyway now. I mean, I'm pretty sure
There's no point.
yeah,
Just hold.
it's still pretty low until more and more gets developed. But I mean, there is more in terms of Loot Project and sort of extra NFT collections that are now based off of that. You got Realms
Yeah,
was one.
Realms. I also made a lot of money from Realms.
Yeah. What
Well,
other ones were there?
I mean, but like as soon as Realms was always a thing. Like I was just laying there with some guy,
Hmm.
and then like they announced staking and Starknet and stuff, and I was like, okay, they're actually doing shit with this.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
just bought more, and now the floor is like 1.5 ETH or something crazy.
How many of Realms did you buy? Can you remember?
I had more than 20 realms.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw. I mean, it's basically still going on. I have around 5 left, I think, 4 or 5 left.
Yeah.
Yeah, just selling everything, looking at profits, rotating to new projects and stuff.
Hmm. Yeah. I think the whole sort of loot thing kind of left a bit of a sour taste in my mouth because once I'd seen loot do really
That made
well,
me so much money. It's insane.
yeah, and then all the other sort of derivatives from that with I think there was characters, there was more loot, there was realms, there was that many things there, and I just didn't know where to look. So
Yeah,
I've
no,
sort of
it's
kept away
very
from that sort of
confusing.
side. Yeah,
It's
unless
understandable.
unless you can actually get into it. Yeah, that's good. So your biggest winner, you'd say, would be
Loot for sure.
loot.
And
What
then
sort
I
of
mean, okay, no, the problem. I mean, yeah, I made a lot of money from that, but then I decided to buy BTC calls, because I mean that's when I still didn't realize that I lost money from trading BTC,
yeah?
and I lost a bunch of money on calls as well. Yeah,
Before
not as
you
much
took them sort of
percentage.
trades, we'll talk about the sort of the size of the portfolio that you've now got in terms of from loot. So say you've sold most of your loot and made sort of all the money there. What size would you sort of say your portfolio would have been at that sort of stage?
From just altogether or from
Yeah,
loot
like
only?
so from your starting journey of 5k to 10k with Doge, and then
So
trading
okay,
alts, and
yeah,
now
yeah.
to
So I mean, I traded. Okay, so first I traded to like the 10K to 100K. So I had 100. I think I made half a million from loot, so that was 600. And then bull market things happened. Just buy dips. Get more. And then I went to around 1 million at the top.
right, and that was from so yeah, you've gone from
It was
um,
69K,
and
I
that's when
think.
you bought the calls.
No, no, no. I mean, I
Oh,
bought calls at earlier, but
oh, okay,
yeah,
right,
I played that super bad.
right. Wow, that's what an increase. When you sort of came into um
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, it
yeah,
was like I mean, from one, like it was literally in 2 weeks I was half a million richer because loot.
yeah. How did that sort of make you feel once you've turned off your computer? You sat in bed. What sort of feelings were you going through at those sort of times?
I mean, so I do a little bit of cheating. I actually do Wim Hof methods. I mean, you probably don't know. Uh, it's basically like taking cold showers,
Hmm.
doing cold stuff. So I was just like meditating outside. Taking all. I mean, this is weird to say, but basically taking off your clothes, going outside, listening to chill step and my headphones, meditating.
Yeah, yeah. And that sort of helped you just sort of take everything in, so that
Yes,
you're not
because
so
it
emotional and
was insane, dude.
yeah, yeah. I
Like
can
it
imagine.
was so insane. I just uh, gave out money to everyone on Discord.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was like, hey, I got too much money. I don't know what to do with it. You want some? Here you go. It was with the A gold shit. Yeah, yeah, the A gold.
Well, yeah, that was another thing. So, A gold was it? Would you say it was a derivative from loot, and it was like or
Yes,
an airdrop? And the more loot bags you held at the time, the more tokens you got airdropped to your wallet. Is that right?
yes,
Yeah.
absolutely correct.
And at the time of the airdrop, I think was it each. I've got in my head that each airdrop was worth about 10k in dollars. Was that right?
Um, I think it was 10K loot, 10K A gold per bag. I don't remember.
Hmm. And I mean that started to do well for a while as well.
Yeah, there was. I mean, it was like a one pump kind of project. Sad to say.
Yeah, but it's sort of like an extra top up. So if you were
Yeah,
still
I
holding
mean,
any
then it
loot
was
bags,
like,
then
yeah, for sure. And then I was like, back then I was like, oh, everything's going up. This is only, bull market will have at least 3 or 4 months left.
yeah,
So I don't know what to do with all this money. I'll just give it away.
yeah, yeah. So sort of yeah, A gold was a nice kind of top up from um just I suppose like a almost like a reward. Like well done, you found loot, you've made money off loot. Here's some extra in a way.
Okay. Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, yeah, like all the things that happened with loot was insane.
Yeah. In terms of like we'll sort of go back on the Discord channels. You mentioned Red XBT and being sort of one of the ones that have I mean that's where you sort of discovered loot. Is there any other sort
Yeah.
of Discord channels that you're a part of that you also sort of keep an eye on?
I mean, so first like L2, where I started learning,
Yeah,
and then in 2020, it was Red XBT where I, refined my strategies and stuff. That also took a lot of time.
yeah,
I mean, Firefly TA is also he's like a big and indicator coding guy.
right,
I mean, and then like some like shit coins like realms when I'm selling them, like when I'm in a new project, I just keep an eye on it for a little bit, and then
Yeah,
when I
make
get
sure
out,
they're
I
still
just leave the
active.
Discord.
Yeah, that's one of the main, like, I'd say one of the main apps that you sort of need if you're getting into crypto, like
Discord for sure.
Discord or Telegram, at least one of those. But I'd say Discord preferably, really. But it's yeah, it's one of the things that you sort of become reliant on. It's certainly one of my sort of daily routines is to go on Discord and check the announcements of the projects that I'm in. In terms of like a basic routine that you'd have during your day, we'll talk about sort of a crypto routine in a way. What sort of routine would you say you'd have? Starting from your morning after your breakfast and going through
I
the
knew
day.
this question would come. I'm so bad. Like, okay, so I learned about this shit. Like, I mean, apparently, all successful guys have routines and all that shit.
Yeah,
But like,
yeah.
I tried it and I'm really too lazy.
So there's no
I
sort of
just
solid routine. It's just
not really. I mean, I go to sleep at the same time. I wake up at the same time
hmm.
to keep the sleep pattern. But apart from that, there's no real routine.
Yeah. Would you say your sleeping patterns changed at all since going full time crypto?
Nope.
No.
Yes, sorry.
Oh,
I mean, I sleep longer, but that's it.
yeah.
Like, I go to bed at the same time, so I just sleep longer.
Oh wow. Well, that's really good. It's usually the opposite. Random hours, going to bed at 4 a.m., waking up at 7
Yeah,
a.m.
no, I made this routine where I get tired when I'm hungry, so I
Yeah.
always go to bed on an empty stomach.
Yeah, I've kind of heard about that as a way of even helping with weight
Very
loss
nice.
is making sure that you're not
Yeah, no, for
full
sure. I
before
mean,
bed.
that's the biggest. What gives people the most weight is eating before they go to sleep.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, if you want to lose weight, okay, just drink water and don't eat 3 hours before you go to bed.
yeah.
You literally cannot eat anything.
What about when you wake up? Do you have the instant hunger? Go straight for
Nope,
breakfast? No.
nope, nope. The hunger goes away. It literally goes away.
Yeah,
Like, you go to bed, you go to sleep with hunger. You wake up and the hunger is gone. I mean, unless you can't fall asleep of too much hunger, then it's a different story.
yeah, yeah. I suppose once you've woken up, like your body's already burnt the fat, and then
Yeah, my
it's like a
body's
meal.
used to this routine, so
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, like your body can do a lot more. Because I mean, I also do a lot of different things that normal people don't do. Because I mean, one of my main reasons I did crypto was freedom,
hmm.
and I value freedom a lot.
When someone's getting into crypto for the first time, we'll talk about sort of retail investors.
Yes.
Everyone is essentially a retail investor before they start making, more and more money. What sort of advice would you give to someone who's starting, say, in 2022 this year? They
Oh,
don't know
very
anything about
easy.
crypto.
Okay, do not touch. Okay, don't touch leverage at all. Point. Um, if you, I mean, the easiest way, literally, to say in hindsight, is just have a normal job and just put as much money as you can in crypto.
Mm,
Just every month, put like, I don't know how much you can spare, like $300. Just put that in crypto because there's so many good projects. Like, okay, let's say we knew about Solana, for example. Like, Solana was at $2 for
mm,
so long before it went to $100. Like, let's say you put $300 in that every month, for like 3 months. Let's say you put $1,000 in it. It goes 50x. You apparently have $50,000.
yeah, yeah,
Like, it's easy in hindsight because all you're like. I mean, you basically, like, if you have a good, if you have a good project that you're convinced of. Right now, I have Luxrare and the Central Games, like, because I think they're very undervalued. So I just put most of my money in there.
mm. Yeah. I've not had the chance to actually use the Luxrare platform yet, but I've
But
done my
yeah,
little
like,
review on it, and yeah, I do like it. It's a nice platform.
I mean, unless you're like, if you if you have a hard time with that, you could also just buy Bitcoin. Like, just put the daily RSI up. When it's under 50, just buy every month. And when it's over 50, don't buy. Like,
Yeah, I always sort of struggle to like family's a good example, right? I'm sort of the only one that goes further in depth in crypto, and actually has more of a full time role within in the space now. Everyone else has got your traditional jobs like a
normal jobs.
accountant or travel agent or something like that.
Hey, that was me. I was
Yeah,
an accountant.
exactly. Yeah, and the hardest advice to give is when you have family members coming to you and saying, oh, you do that crypto stuff. What should I put my money in? Like, I always find
Okay,
that the
so
worst question.
I mean, it's a pretty good question. The problem is that, as most people did this to me as well, is that they'll start to think they can do it better than you, then they go their own way, and then it all goes wrong.
Hmm.
Seen this happen over and over, and then they ask, "Oh, can you teach me?" And then you start teaching them, and then they're too lazy, and then they quit.
Yeah.
Like it's like any other it's like any other thing you want to study. Like usually things you want to study takes 2 or 3 years. Like you're not going to be good at crypto in 1 year. It's not a thing.
Yeah.
Like I mean, unless you're like played poker for a long time or like had the forex markets or stuff.
Yeah, like a bit of previous experience. If you don't have that, then
Yep, yeah, that's the
expect
main
to
issue.
lose.
Like, I mean, I also help a few friends. I also help one friend actually that actually listens to me. I mean, I just help him with long term. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, you can buy this now, and at the top of the like when market is overextended, I just say, oh, you can sell it now, and
Yeah.
then like rotate profits into other things.
Yeah. What I've started to sort of say now, when people ask me that question, because it's not just family. I mean, with friends, it can be the same as well. And I've
Yeah, I
just,
mean, because they want to get free money, but
yeah,
like
yeah,
it
exactly.
doesn't come that way.
I've just started saying to them, start with the top coins, top 10, don't go any further. And learn just about what each one of these does, like Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Yeah, I mean,
Avoid
like
memes.
if they wanna
That's a
like
big one.
make a like if they want safe investments, just tell them to like buy Bitcoin every month, like
Yeah,
for the next 3 years, and they'll be fine.
exactly. Yeah, just sort of start with the small ones, and if you've got time, just start learning about those projects, and then eventually you'll delve deeper into other projects that you might like the look of, and then you sort of make
Yeah, I
your own.
mean, because like before you know it, they're like, oh, I can invest my money in Shiba, right?
That's the
But then
biggest.
it's at the top,
Yeah,
like it's like so yeah, you want to be safe with that. I mean, Bitcoin is relatively safe because it doesn't drop a lot from the tops.
yeah, especially compared to some of them. Yeah, definitely. So when it comes to all these different sectors, sort of jumping back a little bit, we'd spoken about sort of the play to earn section, DeFi section, and then just your usual, Bitcoin, Ethereum type stuff. What would you say your favorite sort of sector to be in actually is? Like for my sort of example would be I enjoy gaming a lot. That's quite a big hobby I've got. So any projects that come out that have play to earn aspects or
I mean, right now, I'm pretty big in the central games, but that's like not real because of the pay to earn. That's more of the aspect of I think it's real. I mean, I think it's really undervalued.
yeah,
So I mean, I got basically like like they have a lot of different assets. I have all of them there, like a lot of money.
yeah,
And then I have Lux Rare because I think it's a better OpenSea.
mm,
Um, yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter for me like what I put my money in, as long as like if I think it's undervalued, I'll put my money in it because it's gonna go up.
yeah,
And then like even if I think, I mean, oh, it's a good project, like I'll just sell it because I mean, like when a good project goes up, like it's not gonna do another 10x from where you sell it. Like you're better off rotating your money in a new project that can do 10x easily more than the old one.
yeah, yeah,
It's like it doesn't matter if you can squeeze another 50%. Like if you're gonna miss out a 10x of a 50% squeeze, like it's just bad rotation, in my opinion.
mm. Yeah. It's something you'd mentioned to me before, and I wish I'd have took the advice on board properly. Um, we got to a point where a certain project had done insanely well for me, and my a few $100 investment was looking around 10,000,
Oh yeah, it
and
was light, wasn't it?
yeah, I said, okay, well, what shall I do with? Like, I don't know what to do with this. I feel like it could go further. It's doing really well for me now, and I'm
I
sort of
mean,
holding on to the winner. And your advice was, and it was at the top. You said this. How much further do you think this can actually go compared to all
yeah,
these other
like
coins?
because if you look at it, like from it did. I mean, I don't know how much it did, but like it did like more than 10x in like a short. I mean, a relative short time span. Like,
Yeah,
oh, how much more can this go up? Like maybe another 10x until it reaches like insanely high market cap.
yeah,
Like you can use that money elsewhere for like for like yeah.
yeah. And that said project is now hovering at back around 15, 16 cents. I sold half of it at the
Oof.
top. I sold half at the top, and then
Well,
I got the. I'm
yeah,
now sat with the rest of it.
that's the hardest thing because I mean, like when you look at coins like Solana, BNB, you're like you never want to sell those, but like
Mm.
then you look at like Sushi, I mean like DeFi stuff, or even like your project. It's like you wanted to sell those
Yeah,
because it's still relatively hard to know the difference.
yeah. Especially the type of project it was as well. I mean, it's a launch pad,
Yeah,
so
I mean I always ask myself, how much can this go up like still from here? You know.
yeah, yeah. It's definitely a lesson I've learned. Even though it's not been a loss. It's still been one of them things where I could have got out, and there could have been some other opportunities out there that
For
I've
sure.
missed because of it.
I mean, one thing that helped for me is that like I just wait until a big crash comes. Like when you see a big crash and you see a lot of sellers, and then you just wait for the complacency bounce
Yeah, yeah.
because those always come around,
Eventually,
except for rug pulls.
yeah,
But yeah,
yeah. Or except for a very certain one that we're both currently sat holding on Binance. It's not moving anywhere.
Oh, CND. That's not a rug pull.
There's
Yeah, it's
no
like
complacency bounce there.
yeah. I mean, it's like some projects will never go up, even if they're actually legit and good.
Mm.
I don't know why.
Yeah, I mean that's the issue
I
with
guess there's no
crypto, I think.
incentive for people to buy this.
Yeah, like you can have crypto projects that have a solid team, but they have no experience with marketing or anything like that, so they can't fully push the project that they've got out there. And then there's other projects that have a really good social team but have no solid sort of background or development.
I mean, I think
It's
the problem is that it's been around for a while, so it's not a like it's not really a first of new concept because it's not new anymore. It's old.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it'll eventually go up. Opium.
In terms of like other sectors, we'd spoken about ones that are out sort of now with the whole metaverse and gaming and all that sort of stuff. Do you see sort of any other use case for crypto or like a new sector of crypto that isn't really talked about much at the moment?
That's a hard thing because it's
Yeah,
always hard to come up with new things for crypto.
yeah,
I mean, obviously, like DeFi was fairly, I mean, easy because the bank. I mean, like the banking system also had loans and stuff.
mm,
So eventually there will come something around like that. Play to earn. I never really thought it would come because it's very hard to pull off. Like, oh, how can you make a project if people play it, they get a token, they sell the token, but how are you going to make people buy the token?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
They
With
have to
that,
burn it. Oh, I'm sorry.
no, yeah, no, go on, carry on.
Do I have to start again or no?
No, no, it's fine.
Okay. So basically, what play to earn is it's like how okay, so people get a token, they can sell it, but how are you going to make people buy that token so it doesn't get inflationary?
Mm,
And then it's like, oh, people have to buy it to burn it. But if you start working with that, it's kind of like a pyramid scheme because people have to buy it in order to maintain it. And as soon as people stop buying it, it all collapses, which is what we see with Axie Infinity. So I'm still looking for something that actually does like decent, maintaining play to earn.
yeah, yeah. The whole sort of play to earn side is something I'm looking forward to. But as you said, it's hard for them to pull off because what can you make in terms of the game, right? You'll have we'll say like an MMO like WoW. You've got mounts, you've got weapons, armor, all that sort of stuff. Do you make all of those into NFTs? But then
Yeah, that's
it sort of begs the question of, okay, well, if you do make all those into NFTs, can people just pay to win if that's the case?
yeah.
Like
I mean that's like
that's one of
people
the
are
biggest
always going to be paid
issues.
to win.
Yeah.
Like, how are you going to handle gas fees? Are you going to make your own chain? How are you going to handle transactions on those chain? Like, it's
Mm.
all very difficult.
Yeah, the idea of it's nice. Like, if we can find a game that has everything, including even you can throw in DeFi, but just make it almost like a game in a way. Just have an in-game bank where you can do your staking of certain tokens. Uh, yeah, I can definitely see a large scale play to earn type of game, but it just depends on how they're gonna achieve it with the whole pay to win type thing, because we can't just have a
Yeah,
whale.
same.
We can't just have a whale come in, drop 10k, and get all the best gear in the game, and he's not played 10 hours of the game. Like,
Yeah,
um,
say that's a big thing. Like I have no idea how. I mean, someone is gonna pull it off somehow.
someone
I just
will.
I just don't know, yeah, how and who yet.
What I've seen other projects do is, instead of having items that actually affect your gameplay, just have more sort of cosmetics instead. Which it's like I can kind of see that working, but it's like a
Oh, the one that I can see working bigly is a gacha game on crypto.
mm,
Or like 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 the premium currency in order to pull is a coin, and like I mean people buy that coin in order to pull characters, right? And like weebs always have money, so like if you make good characters that look good and are cool, like they're always gonna buy it.
yeah, yeah.
Like, but there's still no project on crypto that is like that.
So it's like you saying like they could do it like a mystery box type thing.
Yeah, it's
So you earn
basically
currency through playing the game, and then
a candy slot machine, you know.
yeah,
Like you put
yeah,
$1 into it, you pull something, is it the rare one? Is it the classic one?
yeah. I could see something like that working. Yeah, like with Call of Duty, you had for a while you had mystery boxes. Even FIFA, you got the packs and stuff on there. If you could earn currency through playing the game, that's virtual currency, and then you could spend them on boxes.
Yeah, as long as they
Yeah,
keep working on it, like people are gonna buy the new skins, people are gonna buy the new things
yeah. Like they bring out
from the
new
box.
boxes every few months, turn them into events and stuff like that.
Yep,
Yeah,
I could see it working like that.
yeah. One sort of big thing I want to see working within in that sort of the gaming space is being able to own pieces of the game, like land. A project that I've spoken about before is Embersword, and with Embersword, you buy pieces of land, and the players that use that piece of land in the game, you earn a little bit of sort of royalties for owning it.
Yeah, I'm
It'd be
not
nice if
too
we could bring
sold.
something like that.
I'm not too sold on that yet because it's like, I mean, okay, how much are you gonna pay for that land? I mean,
Mm.
usually land is very expensive now. It's around, I mean, $10,000 probably. Like, oh, how much are you gonna charge people for it? Like, are you gonna charge $100 for it? No, that's way too much.
Mm.
Like, how much can you charge for it? And then, like, how much APY can you get out of that investment?
Yeah, yeah. It all just depends on how popular the sort of the
Yeah,
platform is at the time.
yeah, I don't have any. I mean, realms are kind of like land also. That's why I'm selling most of them
Yeah,
because it's too much uncertainty for now.
yeah. That's fair enough. In terms of like preserving, your capital once you've made trades, uh, is there anything you sort of do in the DeFi space to increase it passively, but like a more of a safe investment rather than just buying altcoins, or do you just hold it in stable coins?
I mean, I used to have some like at the top when I had a million sale. Right now, I mean, I just have it all in altcoins because crypto is very undervalued to me. That like I don't know,
Yeah,
like we're very low already. I mean, if it goes lower, then fuck it, it happens. I still got a lot of money left.
yeah. Have you been able to use sort of any of that? Have you sort of withdrawn any of that money to um sort of help with your day to day life?
Yeah, I mean, I got some. I got enough in my bank account to survive for 1 year,
Mm,
and then buy stuff with crypto.
yeah, that's good.
I
That's
mean,
the
I
hardest thing, is
basically
just making
yeah,
sure
I
that
basically use my Binance Visa for every transaction.
yeah, yeah, that's the hardest thing, is I suppose for me, if I was to come into that sort of uh, that sort of money, and find that project that will do it, is just making sure that I can keep it in relatively safe platforms, whether it's wallets, cold storage, or something along them
'Cause,
lines.
I mean, if you think about it, like data took 2 years before it moved. Like, even if it has a bear market, like it's not. I mean, it's not gonna matter. If you have a good project, it's gonna go up.
Yeah,
Like same with Axie. Like Axie took 2 years or 1 year until they made their own chain. And then it moved. It's all. Matic also took 2 or 3 years for
yeah,
it up.
yeah.
So
That's
it's
the
like,
thing.
yeah. You just have to hold through those bear markets.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's making sure that you find those projects that are gonna actually develop, and then
Yep.
eventually it will pay off. It just all
I mean, you
depends on the
basically have to
strategy.
ask yourself, oh, if I buy here, will I be able to sell higher?
Yeah,
If the answer is no, then just don't buy ever.
yeah, yeah. I suppose that's a good strategy.
Like that's always what I ask myself. Like, oh, like same with Bitcoin, because I bought a lot of Bitcoin when it was very low, and then I almost sold it yesterday already because I was like, oh, if I buy here, will I be able to sell higher? Like, most likely it will go up again.
Yeah, you just want to make sure you take some profits.
I was like, yeah, I mean, it'll probably go down here, but I don't know. So like, I'll just sell it here because I mean, I never made a lot of money from Bitcoin, so I'll just sell it here.
Mm.
If it goes down, hey, I'll just buy more. I'll have another free trade. If it goes up, oh, I don't care. I'll make money from my altcoins.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, you just sort of got yourself a bit more spread out rather than just having all your capital in one or two investments.
I mean, I have like 4 or 5 investments right now. It's really not a lot of the diversification, but I mean, I think they're a good project. So
Yeah. So after sort of going through your come up from from your 5K to 1 million, how would you say you're sort of faring now with the portfolio size you've got?
I mean, I've got like I think one. I think I got 500,000 back right now.
Yeah.
'Cause I went down to 300K, maybe a bit less,
Mm. And that
and
just
then
during the course of the retracements that we've had.
yeah, it was from 1 million to 300K. I mean, I lost about 200K on options. I think 100K or 200. I don't remember.
Yeah.
And then leverage trades. Yeah, I got about 500K back now.
Ah, that's good. That's very good.
So, I mean, I basically think to myself, oh, I never make money from Bitcoin. I just won't touch Bitcoin. Like, I won't try to touch Bitcoin for the longest time. I'll just keep making money on altcoins because altcoins will always have something in bear markets. Like, look at Realms. I made a lot of money from Realms.
Yeah.
Look at like SOS, the one day pump. Made a lot of money from that. Like, there will always be more opportunities.
Yeah. Yeah. That's one thing to definitely remember in crypto is
So you just
always more.
have to stick around for those.
Yeah. I wanted to just have a quick chat about just NFTs in general. We spoke about Loot and Axie Infinity, and all of that is sort of Axie Infinity was on Ethereum chain before, wasn't it? Before it moved to
It
Ronin,
was Ethereum.
and Loot was also on Ethereum. Have you took part in any other things like Solana NFTs, or anything like that?
I mean, Solana NFTs are basically like network for the poor people. Like, I mean, maybe you have like some NFTs, I don't know the names, but those are just goals to me. Like,
Mm. Yeah, you just rather stick with Ethereum, I suppose, for almost like a bit more legitimacy in a way.
I mean, most wells are on Ethereum and must stay there because I mean they make money on Ethereum already. So
Yeah,
why would they move to a different chain if they make money already?
yeah, I suppose it's more of a headache for them to then figure out another sort of ecosystem of NFTs.
Like,
Yeah,
how are you gonna rotate 1,000 Ethereum to Solana? Like,
mm.
good luck.
Yeah, yeah, have fun with that. Oh no, that's fair enough. I've sort of jumped on other NFTs myself. Well, I say other NFTs, other chains. I had a quick look at Near Protocol. They've got their own NFT marketplace now.
Yeah, I mean, obviously
Got
you can make
Avalanche.
money. Yeah, obviously you can make money from different chains,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
they're not here to stick around.
mm.
Like, I mean, the NFTs. I mean, Avalanche. Yeah, maybe like keep trading high. Solana may keep trading high because they actually have a usable product,
Yeah. It's more than
even if
just
it's
one thing.
shitty or good. Yeah, the NFTs like are a joke. Like, I mean, the only good NFTs are like for artists, like that sell art. That's one good thing that I see NFTs for. Like, instead of buying like actual painting, you can buy an NFT painting of the NFT from an actual artist
Yeah,
to support them.
I think once they figure out a way to properly have them displayed and for relatively cheap, I think now it's quite expensive to buy displays for that sort of thing. But I think once a company develops a cheap enough way for you to just display it like you would a normal art piece, I think that's when NFTs will be more legitimized. Because I think to the general public, you mentioned NFT, and people almost take like a bit of a disliking to you
Yeah, I
for
mean,
even
people
getting into
think
it.
it's. Most people think it's a scam because it's like, oh, it's just literally a JPEG. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, I get it because it kind of is, but like that's not the point behind it. Like the point behind it is either it's a cult or you support like someone or something.
yeah, yeah, because they get royalty for actually creating that thing. I mean, you've got Twitter now as well. I don't know if you might have seen it now with NFT verified profile pictures. It's a system that they brought out where if you own a certain NFT and you have it as your profile
Oh
picture,
God.
you can actually verify it, and so yeah, you can just sort of prove that you actually own that NFT. So no more
Oh
right click
God.
and saving.
I can now use my Twitter. No. But yeah, I mean, obviously there are some good things like assets, like land, but I don't really see those as NFTs because I mean they are NFTs, but nobody sees them as NFTs.
Yeah,
Like a
yeah.
piece of land from a sandbox, like oh, nobody sees that as an actual NFT, but it is.
Mm. And even sort of maybe the wearables as well that your character
Yeah,
might
other
have.
wearables, like all those actual usable things, different from JPEGs.
Yeah, yeah,
I
different
mean,
from
they,
what
they should
publics.
make different categories in NFTs. Like you have JPEGs, like art, and then you have actual like land, actual wearables to use, like sell that stuff.
Yeah, I think there's quite a bit of hatred around that word NFT. It would be nice if we could sort
Yeah,
of
because I
move away
mean,
from that now.
90% of the normies see NFT as a JPEG and the pyramid scheme, but like there's a lot of NFTs that are actually like good and useful.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, it's been nice sort of catching up with you, sort of learning about your backstory, and then you actually getting into
Yeah,
crypto and starting from
nice,
nothing
nice
to
to be
something.
here.
It'd be yeah, it'd be great to get you back on, in 6 months' time to see just what stage you're at. You're going to
I
be
mean,
a tens of million air
if I
or
have any like okay, if I have any tips for anyone, like if if you want to do crypto full time, then you have to go for it like anything else. Like you have to put everything into it. Like you have to record trades, you have to find out strategies, you have to refine everything. Yeah, like you gotta do you gotta work for it. It's
mm,
not gonna come on its own.
yeah, yeah. Well said. Right. Yeah, that's going to be everything. Is there anything that you want to plug, your social media or any projects you want to show?
Not really. I mean, right now I'm pretty big into these central games because things are undervalued. I like Ronin as well from Axie Infinity. It's a bit different because it's also a sidechain, but I think it's gonna be probably the biggest play to earn sidechain there is
Mm,
in the future.
yeah,
And then looks rare.
nice, nice. All right. Well, it's been a pleasure talking to you, and I'm looking forward to
Like,
hearing back
nice to hear.
in a couple of months to see what stage you're at.
I won't be here anymore then.
All
See you
right.
in the Bahamas.
Yeah, that's where we're going to be doing it next. No green screen, just a pure beach. All right, that's going to be everything for this video. It's a little bit different compared to what we've done before. This is more of a sort of an interview style, but I hope you enjoyed. Tondy is a good friend of mine. I've known him for since 2017 when we both started, and as you can see, we've gone through a very different sort of stage through crypto. He's gone from his 5K, as he mentioned, to $1 million. I've not quite there, but that's the thing with crypto. You go through these different sort of stages, and sometimes it can be the right place, the right time. Other times it can be through who you know rather than just what you know, and sometimes even the other way around. It's wild. It's the Wild West. If you enjoyed the video and you are still here all the way through, then congrats, and please leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. And I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.